Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have another Voltron Legendary Defender review for you today. This is the Legendary Yellow Lion. Took a look at the blue lion yesterday and I have not been able to find the red or green lion as of yet, so just two legs so far. But he looks pretty excellent in the packaging here. Nice size, just like the blue lion. Comes with a crazy giant disc launcher backpack. If you thought the Blue Lion's accessory was overly large, this one's even crazier, but it looks like it's a lot of fun. Taking a look at the back of the packaging here, says Yellow Lion is the toughest and strongest lion with powerful armor and claw attacks. So there you go. And it does have the little speeder, which again is not painted nearly as nicely as the back of the packaging would like to say it is. But still, very cool packaging. So let's go ahead, bust them out, and we'll take a closer look. Okay, so here's everything you get with the Yellow Lion, and the first thing I want to point out, the legs on this one are not crazy shaky, so that's awesome. It is a bummer that my Blue Lion had that kind of quality control problem, but at least it's not uniform. Mine was a one-off. I can live with it, but, you know, for people who are looking to pick these up, it's not necessarily something you are going to be stuck with. It's just an unfortunate possibility. So that is excellent news. Here is the little flyer for Hunk. I kind of like these little engines on the side. I think that's kind of neat. Again, the whole back is just solid painted black, which in my opinion is a weird choice. Most likely the whole thing is black and they painted the front yellow, since you can kind of see a little bit of the black bleeding through there. And this is softer plastic again, so that must just be something with the limbs. I guess Black Lions was a harder plastic just because the budget it was in the budget, I should say. The budget had the ability to do that. Or maybe it was something that they decided later they wanted them to be soft plastic and the Black Lines had already gone out. Not 100% sure. But in either way, very cool little flyer, and I'll show where that goes a little bit later. You get 4 of these launcher discs, which kind of have the Legendary Defender symbol. Looks like the chest of Voltron there. So there you go. You get 4 of them, and they go in this launcher. Very simple. A little bit of paint up here on the front. Looks pretty good. Otherwise, this almost looks like something a kid could wear on his wrist. And if you made straps for it, you probably could. But you just go ahead and you pop the 4 discs in there just like that. And then you just pull back on this little red piece. And I mean, it fires them pretty well, I have to say. Definitely some high quality firing there. How this works, underneath you can see there's a clip here and a clip here, and they clip onto the top of this kind of large armor piece that the Yellow Lion has. So it just sits on there like that. It looks ridiculous on the Yellow Lion, I have to say. It's almost the same size as his entire midsection here. So to just think of him like flying through space with this thing. Again, you know, they're okay. You know, these crazy giant launchers, I understand they wanted to give the lions some kind of accessory, which I do appreciate, but in my opinion, they're kind of comically large. But doesn't take anything away from the toy. In my mind, it's just kind of an extra little bonus. So, and it's definitely a fun launcher. It really fires pretty well, I have to say. So taking a look at the lion, first thing I'll do, underneath, same as Blue Lion, you can open that up, and then this little guy, plug the nose in, and then clip in the back part, just wedges right in there. And then you can just, boop, close that up. And now Hunk is inside, piloting Yellow Lion. And I think he looks great. Unfortunately, mine does have a little eye blemish in the paint, which I did not notice until I got it home. They only had 1 of each at the store, so I was probably going to buy it regardless. It's not a huge problem. It almost just kind of looks like he has a pupil. It's kind of neat, actually. Mouth opens. Kind of spring-loaded again. I feel like it's a little bit harder to open than the Blue Lion's mouth was, but his teeth are painted inside, so that's nice. I love his overbite. Or underbite. I think it's underbite. In any case, it's awesome. Paint here on the top. Just a little bit of red accent there. Looks nice. Same articulation points. Ratchet there. Ratchet there. Ratchet there. The paws are soft plastic, just like Blue Lion. Then you have the top ratchet, you have that ratchet. I actually have one extra ratchet in the back legs than the front legs. But as you can see, very nice and tight, not wobbly, not shaky. So I really appreciate that, and I'm very excited. He looks great. I really like him a lot. Another thing, when you get him out of the packaging, this is going to be slid back. And that's something that you need to do for leg mode. And you can kind of see that there's a cutout here for the part of the front leg. So it's going to be like this in leg mode. And the neck comes packaged inside. So you want to pull that out and then pull this down and make sure it clicks into place on both sides. And then you can see it doesn't 100% fit, but it more closely fits in that like well there. So that is the correct transformation for the lion mode. But overall, I love the paint, with the exception of the little blemish on the eye, but that's, again, not going to be for all of them. You can get the same up and down and side to side slightly for the head that you did with the blue lion. Articulation is pretty much exactly the same as blue lion, but he looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. So go ahead and transform into a leg for you. Transformation is going to be very similar to Blue Lion. You're going to fold up the back legs exactly as you did for Blue Lion and get them in there, and they'll fit almost completely flush, which is pretty awesome. So you can see the feet tucked in there, and then bring them straight down. And then you're going to fold these up, and they're going to form the heels. Just like that. As I mentioned before, you're going to lift this up, and you can see how there's kind of a little extra like divot at the end. You're going to make sure that this goes up and clips into the divot on both sides. Then you're going to pop the head up and fold the neck in. There we go. Get that all the way up. And then, of course, you have to snake in the tail. And it helps if you wrangle it around a little bit. This is kind of what I find to be the biggest pain in the butt for these. Literally, haha, pain in the butt. Get it? Get it? Terrible dad joke. Anyway, I can't get this in here. It wants to go in. Urgh. I don't know why these are such a pain. They just kind of are. But there you go. Once you can get it down, pop it in. It'll stay for the most part. That's good for now. And then it's got the same catch-all where you're going to plug in the leg of the black lion and the same release button. So there is your leg. Again, you have that little bit of a tilt side to side if you want to kind of have the leg not be 100% straight up and down. You can kind of tilt it to the side a little bit. So makes an excellent looking leg in my opinion. So I really like Yellow Lion. Obviously, he's the same kind of base mold as Blue Lion. They transform the same way. The only real difference is kind of the head sculpt and the large armor piece here on the top. Otherwise, very, very similar. But I think he's great. I mean, obviously, you're going to want to collect all 5 if you want to form Voltron, and this guy's a great addition to the team. I mean, mine has a small paint blemish here on the eye, but assuming yours doesn't have that, and you still have good joints like mine, I have nothing to complain about this guy. I mean, the inclusion of these giant launchers, I kind of go back and forth. I mean, it's fun. It definitely shoots the... well, no, I was going to say that's lost forever, but I found it. I mean, like I said, a kid could just take this around the house and just have fun shooting this thing around. You know, line up some action figures and try to knock them over or something. So I think it's kind of goofy the way it just kind of sits up here. But I do appreciate the fact that you don't need to include it. So if you're not really wild about this, you can just put it off to the side. You don't have to worry about it. Or, like I said, play with it as a separate toy. So, while I think those things are kind of gigantic and comically large, you know, it's just an addition. It doesn't take away anything from the toy. So, I think they've done a great job with these so far. I'm really looking forward to finding red and green so I can complete the robot. And I have really nothing bad to say about this guy. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like and share this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the legendary Yellow Lion from Voltron, the Legendary Defender. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.